Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Nasrin binti Muhammad Nizam Rahman. I'm from class CAD 2306A. So today I would like to talk about the application of printing process control for final year degree project for my client, Bichi Coffee Cafe. So let's get started. The main objective is to produce a good product within a specific budget, schedule and quality for the client. These targets are generated as a result of basic planning and become one of the main consideration aspects when making decisions to bring out the production process, so they become the aims of control activities. This is to achieve goals effectively and efficiently. Standard criteria and specification that serve as standards for analyzing and comparing job must be formed. For my major project is a booklet in size 14.8 cm times 21 cm in size A5 that include 16 pages that include cover and inner. The material that used is art paper to 128 GSM. The machine that has been used is RMGT5. So next, the monitor calibration process. In this process, before start this process, every device need to install, such as like one profiler extract 1 Pro. Within that, connect the adapter of the spectrophotometer extract instrument to the iMac monitor to prepare for the next process. Then choose the profile display setting and change the setting to display to CIE illuminance D65 for the white point, while the range of illuminance is 100 CD times M2. Next, for this process also, I choose the patches set for the small setting for easy to process the color patches, while the small patches have 118 patches of colors. Next, take the spectrophotometer extract device to measure the iMac monitor and start calibrate the patches. In this process also, choose the luminance that is less than 100. Then after reading, start calibrate all the patches. Then record the result must showing pass. For viewing condition test is to describe the environment in which achieve the standard viewing conditions. The color viewing and proofing conditions can be standardized and controlled to minimize the variability in the color approval process and add consistency to color vision and communication. For the third one is digital color pro verification. For the first step, I need to install the software iProfiler software and device spectrophotometer in monitor. Secondly, I need to ensure that all the devices are already connected to the monitor before start to calibrate the device. Thirdly, make sure that the mode of device is in CMYK and using Fogra 39. And also, I may start to measure every row of the patches using the ruler and repeat this step until the last row of patches. Lastly, the result will appear to the monitor screen after finishing measuring all the row patches. And start save all the report. In this process, switch on the device and start selecting the percentage of dot measurement to the plate. Before start the measurement, make sure that plate is masked in a good condition. While choose the plate type aluminum plate blue and turn on the TechCon spectro plate and set the measurement. After that, check all the result information at SpectroConnect software version 2.0. And lastly, lastly screenshot all the result and when it finish the measurement of dot informations. Next is process control. Process control during process run, which is there's 5 steps that needs to be ensured and controlled, which is solid intensity, tone value increase, air contrast, trap, print contrast, trap, and hue grayness saturations. In this process, the part for solid ink density is to measure all the solid color in CMYK color that record all the percentage one by one, follow the tolerance and repeat every 3 printed sheets. For tone value increase is to measure the dot area that should start with a solid color of CMYK from the color bar, then choose the nearby color to get the reading percentage. For this, should measure the solid color first, then the TVI of 50%. For print contrast is to measure solid black only, and then the thin black 75%, and then proceed to measure the thin black. For trap is to identify the RGB color patches and start measure all the solid patches. For hue grayness saturation is to measure CMY patches only from the color bar, and repeat for all these steps. Need to repeat for 3 printed sheets. For result of monitor calibration process, the result of calibrating that shows is passed. The monitor calibration process can provide a solution for obtaining a clear image and the correct color in the printing industry. This procedure helps to encourage people to gain new knowledge about monitor calibration for their career opportunities. Next, for viewing condition test, the color temperature must be measured in degree Kelvin of the light source's color, usually described as warmer of value near 2700 K, which mimic the soft, warm glow and electric light, and cooler for value above 4000 K, which simulate the sharpened color tones of natural daylight. Next is digital color proof verification. The average delta E value of 2.9, which exceed the tolerance of 2.5, indicate that this proof color is not incorrect. This is evidence that the electrophotography printing process is not suitable for digital color proofing. Next is printing plate dot uniformity, which shows that the percentage of the dot are not that accurate and uniformity. The TechCon spectrophotometer device is very important in the printing industry to measure the quality of dot in the printing process. Next is process control during press run. This is to ensure that accuracy and consistency of color and quality image during a long production press running. It should be measure all the process that are involved: color, which is the solid ink density, print contrast, trap, saturation, hue, and grayness. The element that has been used to complete this quality process is using a densitometer to measure solid ink density, also known as color bar, and using extract spectrophotometer. The objective of this process is to validate and verify the printed product is consistent with the target printing condition and specification throughout the print run. And lastly, for summary, is to create a profile and maintain a profile that needs 2 things, which is a measuring instrument and verification software to validate the profile. This is a huge part of printing process control. In this case, quality control plays an active role in reducing the risk that came out from the long production process. The quality control aims to make sure that there are no items or that product that's not matched with the quality standard that desire from customer, so that the production process does not produce any defect products continuously. So that's all from me. Thank you.